Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? It is definitely pretty here. I hope the weather's great where you are. Not sure the actual temperature, but it is beautiful. It is 72 degrees right now. Like, you can't beat that. So, something I figured out yesterday. Let me say good mornings first. Good morning, Mr. Ed Durbin, Mr. Paul, Keep It Scale Stupid, Mr. Dirk Diggler, Mr. Knives Our Life, Mr. John Tagamori, Mr. And anyway, so I have figured out how I'm such an idiot sometimes. So I've been into pro audio scene for the last 30 plus years. And I've run multiple studios. I've engineered studios. I've got my own music studio right here to my left that I still record some people at and do some engineering. And the whole time I've been using OBS, I've been working on the video side of it and didn't really even get into the audio side of it because I didn't really think about the fact that it would have audio stuff. I don't know why I didn't. So now I didn't even think about using noise gates and limiters and compressors and all kinds of plugins that I can use. So now you won't hear any kind of air conditioner background noise or any kind of other noises. It goes totally blank when I stop talking. So that's pretty cool. So just listen when I stop. So as soon as I stop talking, I've got a noise gate set up to where it won't pick up anything until I talk. So that's pretty awesome, and I should have done that over 200 episodes ago. I also started messing around a little bit with some plugins and stuff. So I can do stuff like this and talk in this voice whenever I choose to. And
I can also do this. I can't hear myself, so I don't know how this sounds. But I'm sure it sounds pretty wild. I tested a little bit earlier. I don't have the monitor on where I can hear myself talking. So y'all are just gonna have to tell me how it sounds, but
anyway, I've got all kinds of stuff that I can do now. I don't know why I didn't dig into the audio side of it more. So last night I thought I would carry this knife again and give it another chance. And I'm glad I did, because I don't know, does Tri-State do? Is he talking? I think a lot of streamers use different voices, like the devil and all kinds of stuff. I've not really heard Tri-State do it. Does Tri-State do that too? I'm not sure. I've not watched him enough to know what he does on a regular basis. I just hop in and chill for a little while and then hop out. I've got I'm curious about, I can't, whenever you have it monitor, you can't talk because it drives you nuts because you hear yourself like a half a second later, and the echo comes up.
I'm gonna ask y'all something. So this one is called, this one's called Mr. Big.
This one's called Barry.
Mr. Big, Chippy. Yeah, this one's called Chippy.
After this, hello, said after this,
Tractor. Spooky. So what does spooky sound like when I talk in the spooky one? Velvet layer. Small but big. Devilizer. What does the devilizer sound like? I'm just naming these so when I go back and watch the stream later, I'll be able to tell what they sound like. Octaver, Shimmer. Some of these might sound crazy because they're not actually.
Funky stuff. This one's called Boris. Does this sound like a Russian guy? Got some feel like doing something.
But yeah, I need to create lots of things for Nedge, including a 3D printed model. Good morning, Mr. Whalen. And in my back pocket, I had my my rocked shortcut. So those are the two knives I had in my pockets last night. Yeah, I've got all kinds of different. I can make any kind of voice. I can even do the T-Pain auto-tune stuff, like where it sounds like. Anyway, I can do whatever. But we'll work on that at some other time. Got a few things I want to show this morning. So, Mr. John showed me a cool little miniature sander, buffer grinder. Morning, Clint. And so I went ahead and ordered one, and I used it some last night working on Fred's knife. So I wanted to show y'all this thing. So it is a little miniature sander slash buffer, and then you can attach the grinding wheel on the back side of the motor over here. You attach the grinding wheel to the back side of this motor. But it actually worked better than I thought it would. And as long as it doesn't just instantly stop working because of being from China, it should work out as a great little tool. It does have back here, it's got the buffing wheel. It sits far enough away from the belt that you can get on here and polish stuff. The sander has an adjustable base here that you can slide in and out and change their angles on it. And it also has forward and reverse. So it worked pretty good last night. I was actually more impressed than I thought I would be. So y'all don't know this, but to my left right here, it's kind of a mess at the moment, but I do keep so if y'all were to look to the left right now, every morning where I sit, this is what you would see. Hold on just a second. You would see this. So I've got my music studio over here with my keyboards and all my drum machines and my Pro Tools and my Mackie monitors and my Native Instruments machine and my Machine Jam. But I've got multiple keyboards and all kinds of stuff. I've got some nice mics, but that's what it looks like when I look to my left. I don't have the blue lights on right now. But yeah, that's normally what it looks like out here. And in that picture, if you see that couch in the bottom left corner, right here, that couch in the bottom left corner is actually where I'm sitting, and there's a coffee table in the middle of the room, and that's where I do all this presenting on. Under that desk there, I've got all my trash bags with the knives under them right now because I got to find somewhere to put them. Need to put them up in the attic, I guess, but good morning, TC. But anyway, that's what's to the left. But back to this sander. So it's a variable speed, but the way they did the variable speed is not the greatest. They used a variable DC voltage power supply. So the way you get different speeds is you change the DC voltage on this power supply by sliding this little thing. Which is not the greatest way. They should have used a rheostat and some kind of, that's not the greatest thing. But let me show you what else it came with. So, like I said, it did come with a grinding wheel. And you attach the grinding wheel. It's got 2 set pins, and you put it on the back. But the grinding wheel weighs a lot, and it'll weigh down the motor. But it's also right here by the 2 contacts, so it's not the greatest way they built this thing. But you put that on right there to do grinding with if you want to. But this is really heavy. I probably won't use it much on this thing, but you could. So it came with that. It also came with one of those little Velcro pads like I used on the Dremel to hold the sanding disc, and you can also put those polishing pads, the Velcro ones, the same ones I got that I'm doing mirror polishes with. So you can attach that where the buffer wheel is. So it came with a bunch of those. It also came with a bunch of belts. It came with too many belts, actually. All these belts. And then it came with all these pads that go with that thing. Yeah, hit that like button for me, if you don't mind. Then it came with some compound for the buffing wheel, and it came with little Allen wrenches to tighten everything up with. And like I said, I was impressed. So before I get it turned on and we do some kind of mod, pretty cool that we can do some nice tabletop mods now. And I can do some flipper deletes and stuff and mirror polishes without having to have some kind of big contraption. And these are just $33 or something, $37 on Temu. I put the link in the links channel on the Discord for these little things. But last night I was able to take and fix Fred's knife. I got both of these sides evened up pretty much perfectly. I had to go a little deeper to get those big gouges out. And then when I got home this morning, I didn't do this part on the front. I tried to kind of even that up as much as I could. I mean, actually, I didn't touch it. That's how it was. But I evened all these up, got them good and flat, and got them to where they match up across the knife kind of straight. And then I came home this morning and I bead blasted it back to raw. So this is what the knife looks like now. I'm still probably going to anodize it, unless he likes it in the raw here. But the front flipper works now, and you can see the place where those gouges and stuff were. I hit them with the bead blast this morning, and it evened all that up. So that looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But I used this thing to get this done last night. What's going on? What's going on, Scott? Good morning, sir. So that turned out super good. And I can't wait to do some blade reprofiling or some flipper tab deletes with this little thing on stream. So that'll be cool. It's not the quietest thing ever, but it's not too bad actually. So That's going to sound a lot louder than it really is because of how close it is to the microphone. But yeah, it works great. So let me see. There was something we wanted to do a flipper tab delete on. Oh, I know something I want to do right now, and I want to knock the corner off of this razor blade because it hurts when you put it in your pocket. So I can do that really quick. There we go. So now I rounded out that razor blade where it doesn't poke me when I reach in there. Fred, good morning, sir. Yes, John, it should be able to do a flipper delete without cutting it first. So check out your knife this morning, Mr. Fred. So I got it in the raw right now. I don't know if you like it in this raw, then I can just send it back. But I did get all those gouges fixed on this front area. I got them all nice and evened out, and I got them even from side to side. So your front flipper is fully functional now and even. And that's how it looks now this morning. I can still ano it, no problem. But I kind of like the way it looks raw. But you don't have to make that decision right now. But I wanted to get it back to this point. I can polish this up and get it shiny. And then ano it. But anyway, there you go, sir. We can talk about that. I think it would look great, but that's totally up to you. So something else I got yesterday. We will do a flipper tab delete maybe here in a minute. I got my new Rolex Land Dweller in, and I really like the way it looks. It's got the brushed down the sides and polished down the middle. And it's really clean. I like the textured dial on it. And it's got the decorated movement on the back, and it just keeps spinning. Like, it's super smooth. Got the nice decorated movement. It's got all the Rolex on the clasp. But yeah, this is the one I showed in the Discord. So that showed up yesterday, and it actually came with the whole kit and caboodle. It came with the whole Rolex box, with the box inside the box, and it came with the box and the little genuine Rolex thing and the little this thing, place to hold your watch, and then it came with all the authenticity stuff too, the little card, the little leather Your Rolex Oyster, came with all this stuff. That hides back in the box. Yeah, it came with all that too. So that's pretty cool. I hadn't had one of these in a while. I had one years ago, so I decided to check the box to get one. And she had the chick that was selling these had it messed up on her DHgate site, so it didn't add any cost for this extra box. So it was supposed to add like 30 or 40 bucks extra for this, but she didn't have it set up right. So when I clicked add it, it added it for the same price. That's pretty cool. Let's see. There was something else. What's going on? Oh. I took these last night also to work. I took my Zorro, my Slim Foot, and my Urban EDC F5.5, and I forget how comfortable this little knife is. I can see why they're selling them again. Because this is a very comfortable little knife. And then this Slim Foot is a cool. It's heavy though. It's a lot heavier than I thought it would be. And of course, my Zorro is beautiful. I took it because I had the Tiger, and I was like, might as well have them both in hand. All right, that's out of the way. Modded knife is out of the way. I'd like to see what this thing. Well, let's look at some knives. What do y'all want to talk about this morning? What do y'all want to look at? I'm game to look at whatever. Pete's got his Mora at the recycling center. Almost started to say the landfill. No, Fred, I haven't. I didn't even add that tracking number to my software, so I'm not sure where it's at, actually. I will let you know when I get those, though. Yeah, I know you would, John. I'm trying to think what knife I wanted to do one on not long ago. Let me scroll through some of these real quick. Oh, this was a knife. This was the knife that I was trying to think of that you can use as a front flipper because it's got good jimping, even though it's not made to be a front flipper. So it doesn't have really a place to. But you can still front flip it because the jimping's so good. I was trying to remember that the other day, which knife it was that you could front flip. But some of them, as long as they have good jimping, you can front flip them even if they don't have that little angle. Let's see. There was one I wanted to put studs on. Hold on just a minute, Ed. I'm looking through my case of knives. There was one that I wanted to put thumb studs on the other day, and I cannot remember what it was. It was what was it? Was it something on the table? I don't think so. No. Yeah, the Rosies do front flip pretty easy. Edward. If I can find one, we'll do a flipper delete. Heck, let me just grab an Amazon knife. Let me just grab one of these. Or heck, I got those. I got that whole bag of Stativians. Hold on just a second. Yeah, the Zorro would be nice with studs. Let me get the Discord. Ed wanted to show something on the Discord, I believe. Let's see here. Got a few Ed pictures. By the way, Mr. JT got his neutralizer yesterday, finally, both of them. And they look pretty decent next to his original. So he's got a real one. Pete posted some stuff. Waylon posted some stuff. Robin posted some stuff. Yeah, Robin posted some heaters. Then Waylon getting ready for October. Getting ready for Halloween with those. Then we got Pete with his Rebel. We got Real and Clones. And I took some pictures of Mr. Fred's knife just to post up there. Then Ed posted a few pictures. Duck. Looks good there, Mr. Ed. All right, let me grab a knife. Let's see if this thing will delete a flipper. Let's see, Civivi, Sencut. What do we want to do? Maybe it was one of these. I want to say might have been one of these in this case, but no, it wasn't. One of my Kubies. I know which one would look good with one though. I think this is the one we're going to do. Because I like this knife and I'd like to put thumb studs on it. So, here we go. All right. Good morning, Dwayne. The Kubi Bravo. Perfect knife for a flipper tab delete and a thumb stud edition. And it's got a great place for a choil up here in the front. It's already got one, but just making it a little bigger will be even better. And this is another one that you can front flip if the flipper tab was out of the way. I bet I could front flip it. It's got some pretty tight detent right now, but yeah, let's get rid of this flipper tab here. Let's very quickly do this. Let me find my Sharpie. All right, got the Sharpie. Mark this off really quick. All right, there's a good starting point at least. Yeah, blade window would look even better. It's got enough room. You're totally right. So we might have to do that. But I like how when I stop talking, y'all don't hear all the air conditioner noise in the background. Wish I would have done that 200 episodes ago. Good grief. Let me get this apart really quick. And like I said, I don't know how y'all keep up with your stuff, but I start at the pivot and I arrange my screws according to how they go down the knife. It's just a good habit to get into. When you take apart electronics and you have the blue mat and all that stuff, you kind of do the same thing. Use the trays as you go across and kind of the layout of the thing you're taking apart. At least I do. So I kind of set stuff like that so I know how it goes when it goes back. Yeah. All right. We got our blade. We got our flipper tab. And Pete posted his knife. Let's see. I told him about the Mora. Oh. Daily carry section. We have a daily carry section? You mean the pocket check section? I don't know where the daily carry section is. Maybe you mean pocket check. There we go. Oh, nice. Carrying the little Raffir mini sheepdog and your penguin. And of course, a Mora. Can't beat a Mora. Cool background there, Pete. How are you at a... How does your trash place look so nice? Is that like a pile of shrubbery and stuff? What's going on there? Huh. Alright. So, one thing I did notice about this little surface here is it's very slick. And I don't think it's going to scratch anything. But it might be good to put something over this, like electrical tape or something. So let's see how fast this gets rid of this tab, this flipper tab. I don't know how to do a dark green. I can do that olive drab. We'll talk about it later, Fred. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, painter's tape would work good too. In fact, I've got some of that right out here. Hold on. Let me grab some painter's tape. I had some just right here, so that'll be easy to do. It comes off easy too. All right. That looks good to me for now. Let's see here. All right, see how it goes. So it's already taken quite a bit off. I need to get a cup of water out here. But it already flattened that out pretty quickly. Let me see. I've got a water. All right, I don't have to go anywhere. I've got a bottle of water and a cup I can pour water in. I think. I don't know what's in that cup. Looks like Coke or something. Ugh. Have a great day, Mr. Fred. We'll talk about the colors later on today or something. And I'll let you know when I get those knives. Yeah, I'm not going to drink the water, trust me. And I don't know that I can get down. I got another bottle of water here. I don't want to have to reach all the way down in there. All right, now we got some water here. I'm actually going to set this in the floor between my legs. Let me see how warm that got. Didn't get warm at all. So, like I said, you adjust the speed by turning this up. We're going to go up one speed for now. Making short work of that flipper tab. So there's how much it's done so far. It's gotten it down to that flatness. So yeah, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It's not getting hot at all though. And I could probably swap this belt and it would help. And the grinder would probably do it quicker. But I don't want to shoot sparks everywhere. And oh, something else. So you can see this thing has a little metal plate back here behind it, behind the belt. So when you press in, there's a good surface there to catch the belt behind it. So this thing was made decently. Last night I was doing it up here on this curve a lot too. It would definitely, it might be quicker to cut it off first and use this for finish sanding. Because this belt not doing much very quickly. Ow, a little hot. Yeah, it might be quick. I mean, it would definitely be quicker to cut it off first, probably. I'm using whatever grit came with it. I think they're all the same, but let me check them. I think they're all just a standard. I don't even know what they are. 120 is what. Let me see what some of these other ones are. Aha. Yeah, I might need to change out the belts if they're different. I didn't even think about that. This doesn't even, it says KX 167. KX 167. Oh, 320. All right. I don't know what belt we're using. That's a good question. And how do you change belts? You just push that down and slide them off. Okay, that's annoying. You can't get them off with the polishing wheel. So let's yeah, I need like a 60, you're right. But that 120, I don't know what's on here. It doesn't look very aggressive. So good call. I wasn't even thinking. I didn't think this thing would probably come with many different belts. And make sure you get this polishing wheel attached good, because if you don't, it'll sling off, especially with the reverse threads. So if you go in reverse, it'll sling it off. It did that yesterday when I didn't have it tightened good. So what is this belt? Let's see. It's one of the KX 167. So it's a, I think it says, heck, I don't know. You can't hardly read it. It's got so much schmoo on it. But let's see what we got here, what the most aggressive we got. So we got this one doesn't have anything on it. KX 167. Yeah, it says A120. 1000. See what all it comes with. 800. Yeah, cutting it off and then finishing it up would probably be, but cutting it off takes a little while unless you use a real, there's another 800. Unless you use a real a real angle grinder. See, 600, 1000, 320, 320. So this 120, it looks like, is the best one. And it says it's got the directional arrow, so I'm going to put it the way that I'm going to be using it, even though you can go either direction. See how easily these go back on. Very good, very good. Very good. Tension back on. I think that's hitting my, I think the grid on it is so, my little platform is, need to pull it out just a little bit. All right. So yeah, it's got an adjustable, you can adjust this for any angle too, so that would be cool. Yeah, I bet it would work great as a sharpener too, Dirk. All right, this should be a lot better. Yeah, it's still pretty slow. We need to find out if we can get replacement belts for this thing. You can see where I'm at now. It's widening up. Still going pretty slow. Oh, Dirk just said the same thing I said about checking these belts. Yeah, it is hardened metal, so. Scott, I got water. It's not even getting hot, though. Got my hands right there on it. Yeah, it's doing its thing, though. Yeah, it's not even getting hot at all, like. So the belts are they're gonna be they're gonna be 12-inch belts. So somebody go look up 12 by 1 1/4. Go see if 12 by 1 1/4 is a standard. Yeah, I'm wondering how long this little motor is going to last. That's why I'm trying to put it through its paces. Let me go up a little faster. Good morning. Watch the blade. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna hit the blade anywhere. I'm good, William, but thank you. Yeah, it is the Bravo. It's the Kubi Bravo. There's the scales. So yeah, it's going through pretty quick now with that faster speed. Wow, we're almost there. Yeah, I'm gonna add studs to it or put a blade window. Like I think I'm gonna try my first blade window in this one. Yeah, it's really going through quick with that faster speed. Yeah, I'm gonna put a hole, Dirk. Nick. I'm glad I turned up the speed. real close. You can see where we're at now. I was trying to keep that same angle. I'm pretty close to the right angle. I'm sneaking up to the line. You can see I can still see a little bit of black. But I'm trying to... So it curved a little bit over here on this side. And I actually need to go a little past the line. All right. I need to go a little past the line because you can't ever get the Sharpie right up next to the scales. I don't know if y'all can see, but I think there's still just a little tiny hint of black. So I'm going to go just a little bit more. Let me check my angle. It looks pretty good on the squareness, being square with the blade. I must have this little platform on there pretty good. Alright, I think that's it. I think we're going to try it there. Thank you, John, for recommending this little machine. Seems to be working out great. And it's not hot at all. As you can see, I'm squeezing it right there. So it never did get hot. Alright, let's see what we got there. See what we got. I should be able to tell without. Oh yeah, that looks good. Whoops. I bet you can, I bet there's enough blade I can friction open this knife. Let's see if I picked the right Torx this time. Yay, I got it right one time. So yeah, this little thing working a lot better than I thought it would. I'm just curious, leaving the motor on like those lengths of times, how long this little motor is going to last. I'm going to start sourcing and find the replacement motor for this already, because I know I can find it from China for a few bucks, $5 or $6. That way we can swap them out whenever it gets to that point. 1 1/4, John. 12 inches by 1 1/4, I believe. All right, so flipper tab is pretty much perfectly flush back there. And I curved it around a little bit to curve with that. So it looks very good, gone. See if I can open it with friction. Yeah, this knife has a lot of detent, like I said, so but when I open it, now I want to put a better choil in it and fix it on this side. So I don't like how it looks over here. And we'll be able to use this curved area right up here. So let me show you. We'll be able to use this curve right up here to put that curve in. But I want to enlarge the finger choil. But we're not going to do that right this second. This was just a proof of concept. Probably because the blade and my hands are not, the blade's been wet, so it's not oil, it's not sticky. There we go. As long as I grab further down. But yeah, I think this thing will look great with a blade window. And it should work perfect. It's got a great place for one. So I will grab the knife. I will hold it where it's comfortable. I will see where my finger hits. And that's where I'll center my blade hole. About right there. Yeah, I've got to finish fixing this flipper tab for the other side. See if I can get it to front flip. Nope. That detent is super strong. I could probably take a little bit of that out. But yeah, the lines already look better on the knife, but I want that choil to be bigger and come up to meet that edge. So I will take and draw a little something in like this. How I would normally do it. I would go like this. And I would go like this. Heck, we ought to see how this little curve part works. All right. I think that's about what I want. I don't know if y'all can see where my black line is, but I want to take it on back there. Let's go look at the blades though. Let's go look at the belts real quick, because I'm sure this is riveting TV. It might be interesting for y'all, but let's go look at everything. So let's see, Firefox is open. Let's do this.
Let's go look at Firefox for a minute. see. You click on the links on the links channel, so you guys want to click on it and open it in Temu. Look at the little idol. Vote for the crazy voice.
Alright. That's going to get annoying at times. I've got to find some cool ones, though. Carbide belts. Nice. So, there's the little unit. When I got it, it was $33. Yeah, Pete, I figured out how to get all the background noise gone, and I've got
some voice changers. Stop touching yourself, Pete.
But, yeah, anyway. As soon as I stop talking, you can't hear the air conditioner or the fan. So, yeah, this is the little thing. Does it say the belt size on here? I'm just curious. This 15-degree knife sharpener is designed for help you sharpening all types of blades. 7 gears of speed switching. Alright, 20-piece sanding belt. 330 by 30 millimeters. 13 by 1.2 inch. So it comes with 120s, 320s, 600, 800, and 1,000. Yep, real genius. Yeah, 1.2 by 13. Or if you get millimeters, it's exactly on the millimeter part, 330 by 30. So 330 by 30 would probably be the size to find. Yep. There's how you find them. There's a 10-piece, 40 to 1,000 grits. Wow. .330 by 30 millimeters seems to be the size. Those are expensive. Let's see, 5-piece and a biscuit. Sorry, so 1,500 and 1,200. They're kind of expensive, like. Here we go, DH Gate. $12 for 20 of them. There we go. Oh, and $23 for 20 of them, so about $1 a belt. 40 grit. $26 for 40 grit ones. With shipping. So that's cool. Yeah, about $1 a belt is about the cheapest. Where'd you send the link? Did you put it in the links channel? No, you put it somewhere else. Yeah, that's a good price. And that's a variety pack. I like being able to buy a whole 20-piece of whatever grit you want, because you're going to use certain ones more than others. So yeah, they have yeah, let's see if we find any cheaper links. See what eBay link was. Uh, 10 pieces for $7 with $6 shipping. So $13 for 10 of them. So that's still a little over $1 a piece. Temu. Furniture nearest to the French fries. Couch. All right, P80. 10 pieces for $6.83 with free shipping. So that's the cheapest. For 80 grit, you can get 10 for $7. Yeah, John, that's the one I just clicked on, buddy. That's this one. That's the one I clicked on. You get 3 pieces of each, 120, 240, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000. Yeah, that's the one I showed. The one you sent to the Discord. Oh, I guess you knew that. I guess you were answering my question about sending it to the links channel. I'm gonna give me just a second. Let me $6, $13.66. All right, I gotta add. All right, so if I'm gonna get, I'll get a 1,000. I have to add enough to make it $20. Dang it. 57 more cents. Well, that's just stupid. All right, I'm just gonna buy 3 of them. Yep, $20.49. Hold on. Gotta find my authenticator PayPal code. All right. Uh, Dang it. So I just got 60. Let me make sure how many I got here. I don't know what I just bought. 30. I just got 30 of the 80 grit belts for 22 bucks. Yeah, the replacement motor I don't know about yet. Uh, That'll be something I'd look at another time. Let's look at some knives. Somebody got some knives they want to look at today? Let's go look at Uh, let's see. Golden Design Works caliber. That's one I want to get. That's a nice collection of PM2s. Oh, that's cool. Custom. Huh. Let me look at let me see if I can look at this motor and see if I see any numbers on it. It looks like a very easily replaceable motor. I probably have to disassemble it to get to the numbers. But yeah, it should be very easily replaceable. Here, let me show you. So the motor is simply just a little DC motor, and it's just held on by 2 screws on the front here, and then this pulley attaches to the front of the motor, but there's no numbers on the back of it, so they're probably behind this shroud. Wow, look at all the look at that. I didn't even notice that. Wow. Oh, you got some new knives, Ed? That's awesome. What did you get? I can't believe all that stuff came out. That must be belt material and metal. The little tension spring's cool on it. It made it real easy to change the belts. It came bent, so I don't know if you can see, but it's bent down. So this whole little plate here attaches back here to the back with these 2 little screws. And that's how the whole thing is supported, just by these 2. So it got bent. It needs to be bent back this way a little bit. But luckily, the little guide is attached to that same piece, so it stayed perpendicular to the belt. Yeah, John, I saw that $1,400. Yeah, it's just a DC motor for sure. That'll be easy to replace. Having this back shaft on it will make it very easily findable. And I could take it off, trying to see how these yeah, they're set screws. So there's one set screw back here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's one little Allen set screw right there. All you have to do is loosen that, take these 2 screws off, and the motor should just slide right out. So that's pretty cool. We can replace the motors. I'll figure it out. I'll take it apart. I got a degree in electronics engineering, so I need to put it to use. I bet it came with that Allen wrench too. It's not that one, but I bet one of these 2 is the right one. I will do it right now if I think I can, just in a couple minutes. Take this belt off, get it out of my way. All right. Then all we got to do Just take this out. Yep, that's the one. There we go. Wow. Super tight. That's what she said. Come on. All right, that's loose. Ah, there's one on the other side too. There we go. So that just pulls right off. That pulley just came out perfectly. And then all we need is a Phillips head. Like so. And like so. Wow, it had washers. Did it have two of them? Let me unplug this. Hold on. Try to get this. There we go. Yep, I don't see any markings on this motor. No numbers whatsoever. That's what I was afraid of. Huh. What just fell off? Oh, there's that other. Huh. Well. That was cool. All right. I already unplugged the power a long time ago. William. Yeah, I can get my meter out and test them. I can test the resistance and stuff on it, but I can also test. It's a 24 volt DC motor, and I'll have to measure the shaft length and the motor size, like he said, measurements. I'll find it. You can believe that. These two washers were on the back side between the motor and the. They were back here. Definitely. They were right here. Right there. Right there. All right. What do y'all want to bet I can't get it back together without pushing? Yeah, those magnetic. The motor's magnetic, so I'm just going to have to stick these on the motor where they go. Right there. And right there. There we go. Dang it. Yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt with them. Get these washers back on there. These screws are so short, too. I guess it goes all the way back on there. It's got like little. There we go. That's why I was having issues. Try to line these up with these screw holes. There we go. Come on. Give me some act right. Hope that other one stayed in place. I can't tell right yet. Did it stay? Yep. I got lucky. All right. We're back together. Pretty much. Make sure these are good and tight. Good and tight. All right. Yep. Washer, washer. We're good. All right. Now I put this back on. And it felt like it went all. I checked it. It went all the way to the back. Before I took it off, I kind of noted where it was aligned. All right, that should be good. This back on the motor. Put the belt back on. Let's see, direction this way. See if it goes slinging off or if it tracks right. Don't blow up on me, please. I guess that's how it sounded. Uh-oh. Something ain't working. I think the pressure from the spring is... There we go. I wonder if you can adjust the spring pressure. I don't think you can, but all right, we're functioning. How did you find the link for the motor? Did it have a... Yeah, that's not the... That back shaft is not nearly long enough. That back shaft is way too short on that one you sent me. That's a good start. So that one you sent, the back motor shaft is way too short. So the shaft length and the shaft diameter and the body diameter and body length is how I'll be able to find it. So with calipers, oh, now it's wiggling. These screws right here need to be tightened up. The whole thing is moving. Weird. Y'all can't see that, but yeah, that back shaft has to be way longer. See back here? But that's probably real close. Yeah, it'll get me close, but look. This whole thing is moving now because those two screws are the only thing that holds it in. So that's pretty crazy. So yes, there will be some tweaking in with this thing, but it should turn out to be a decent little unit. Boy, you really can't get to those. Alright, it stopped wiggling. I need to get, if I had that, I need to get one of those little 90-degree screwdrivers. I've got one somewhere. Alright, that's tightened up at least. Now it's not wiggling. Yeah, this thing is, you know, it is what it is. I got it for 33 bucks. I don't know how I got it that cheap, but I guess it was one of those crazy Temu special deals. So for that price, I'm not complaining at all. This tensioner leaves a little to be desired, but as long as it keeps working, we're good. All right. Let's see. Go back here. See what's going on Knife Swap this morning. Small Sabenza, LUDT. Oh, have you looked in Knife Swap and see when a REK got sold last and how much it got sold for? PM3 and Vanex 5 days ago. So this one sold for $875 5 days ago. This pair of three.
Stop touching yourself, Bob.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. 5 days ago, $875 sold. Let's see. Pair of 3 scales, sham, harpoon. Yeah, his Sparrow is a cool knife. There's his custom knife. That's a pretty cool looking knife from the guy that makes all the reblades. Let's see if the vid still works. Yep. It's a smaller knife too, I guess. Huh. Let's see. Another pair of 3. 1 month ago. Let's see. Oh, my buddy sold a Dawn yesterday. Something else. All right, here we go. $1,200 for the PM2. There it is. They don't, Waylon. Sorry, I wish they did. $1,200. Wow. Why is this one listed full tie? That's a pretty $175 for that one in Spy 27. That's a pretty good deal for a full tie. PM2 full tie Spy 27 sold for $175. I like those scales too. Protean. Still got to get me one of those. Uh, 940, 940, 940, 940, 940, 940. This is all just within 2 months. 3 months ago. Here's the Shaman Aramis scales. They sold for $60. $15V. Three months ago, this one sold for $900. Solid black carbon fiber rec one. That's a better price, $900. I don't like those scales though. They're okay. Wow, I like that relief. Did y'all see the button? Did y'all see the lock? Compression lock. Is that like a? Is that an add-on? That's got to be an add-on. Pretty cool though. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's see, I haven't seen a Shaman sell on here. Let me type REK Shaman. 6 months ago, $760. That one sold for $760 6 months ago. Dang it, I need to track down the guy that bought that and buy it from him. Yes, sir. Wow. $760. It's in S90V, but literally just received this directly from Josh today. It's as new as you can get, never pocketed or cut. Why would you get one back the same day, sell it for $760 when you just paid $700 for the blade? Wow. I guess he's going through hard times. Rex Shaman and Bones. Comes with all kinds of stuff. $8.75. You get 2 for the price of 1 plus $1. Yeah, tracking down the people that bought these would be a good way to get one together too. Rex Shaman scales. Does he make his own scales? I guess he does, because there's some right there in the middle. Huh. What did he oh, they're Aramis. $125 is not a bad price on those. 10 months ago. $250. Yeah, that was just a custom one. Did you ever hear back from the guy from Etsy, John? Because if you haven't yet, I'll reach out to him and I'll blow him up if you hadn't heard from him. Oh, yeah. I marked that off and I meant to take it back apart and finish it. Did you ever get a hold of Etsy, dude? John? Oh, Andrew got y'all connected? Good. Thought it was weird. Maybe he just didn't see your message or something. Dang, that just came right apart. I don't have to take off the clip. All right, cool. I didn't want to take off the clip anyway. But I got a mess going on the table today. All right, so I want to put that curve in it now. So I'm going to try to use the curve. Yeah, the curve right there will work perfect if I'm careful. If I'm not careful, I'll hit the blade. I could do it up here on the top too. Dang, I almost want to do that with my Dremel. Yeah, I'm going to hit the blade edge if I'm not careful. I could definitely get a little bit of it up there. Yeah, I don't like that. I definitely don't like that. That's better. Getting a little warm. Yeah, that little sanding drum on the Dremel. Would work way better. This little thing's just trucking away though. I got some of it, but that little sanding drum on the Dremel will finish that off good. And you can see the edge it put on it. It's pretty clean going around that corner. I didn't get to my marks, so Robin, yeah, it's working. It put a nice little clean edge on there. I was keeping it flat, but you can see I'm just trying to sneak up to that line. I could it's not hot. I didn't do much to it. So yeah, I've showed y'all that that drum will work better anyway. Can't believe all that mess. But anyway, that's a cool little knife edition today. Of course, I need to find some of these little drums that are at lower grits, because these things take forever, and I don't swap them out nearly as often as I should. And that's another problem, because you got to take them off and put them back on that little thing, and it's annoying. But this is my preferred method to do choils for sure. Because it's just shaped perfectly for the choil. And if it jumps, it'll jump that way. Like that. You don't want to go all the way around though, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm not going to finish this up on stream, but you can see we're going to get that finished up. Warmed it up good. You can take heat out of metal by using your skin too, as long as it's not too hot. I'm not too far away from where I want to be, and I'll get it real good and clean with this Dremel bit. Put a tip on your tie pan. Yeah. One thing we need to use this thing for is to do that edgy blade works, or my unnamed. So the way we were talking about doing the unnamed, that'd be a great little project for that little mini grinder. The unnamed. Well, I'm going to start winding this one down. I'm going to go through a few of those. I'm going to record, since I got to record it to know what I'm doing. I'm going to pick a few of these things. So this one is called John. Yes, I've seen the associates. We looked at the KB knives that one day. This one is called John.
This one is called Duvdavina. Duvdavina? Not sure what that is. What does that one sound like? Duvdavina.
This one's called Barry. I don't know why it's called Barry.
This one's called Mr. Big. So I'll have this at the end so I can refer back to it.
This one's called Charismo. This one's called Subhelions.
This one's called Gigatron. This one is called Too Low.
This one is called Commodore.
Screechikasang. This one's called Whoop. This one's called Fanfare.
This one's called FerraMonster. FerraMonster. Yeah, it's a plug-in.
This one's called Sizzling Sub. Upperton. This one's called Mark. This one is called Rasper. Rasper.
This one's called Frog Machine.
This one is called the Confuser. I don't know what's going on with it. I think I listened to it earlier. It was kind of confusing. But anyway, I just wanted to check a few of those to have on recording. Yeah, it's a plug-in TC. It's a VST plug-in. That one is called Infected Mushroom Manipulator. And the other VST plug-in that I've got is called Auburn Sounds Grellian.
And the Auburn Sounds Grellian one, you can change just pitch.
You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. And you can change it all up. You can change what key you're in, what keys it does. I don't know. I haven't messed with it much.
I haven't messed with either one of them much, but they're both VST plugins for like music programs.
Anyway, guys, hope y'all have a great Saturday. I'm going to go get something to eat and maybe see if I can find a yard sale. So I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you for being here. They're both paid plugins, TC. You have to find somewhere to get them, but I'll put a link for you. Scott, appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here today. Mr. John, Mr. TC, Mr. Scott, Mr. Robin, thank you for hanging around, watching all this. Mr. Whalen, appreciate you, sir. Mr. William, Mr. Pete, Mr. Ed in the background, maybe, still. Knives Are Life. Appreciate you, buddy. Mr. William. If I didn't say that already, I'm sure I said Scott. Dirk Diggler. Nick, appreciate you. Fred the Lug. I'll get with you later. Dwayne, appreciate you, buddy. Clint, thanks for hopping in. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Love you guys. If you need me, hit me up. Go check out the links channel for that little grinder sander thing that this video was all about today. And see y'all tomorrow. And I guess.
Yes. Peace out. Y'all have a good one.